Alex Rodriguez. So, Alex, we've been debating right now. Alex coming to us live from Tampa. I don't like the rule change where they take away the 4 intentional balls because something could happen during that time. Don says it speeds up the game. What's your take?
Well, look, I mean, I'm kind of a mixture, Michael. Hi, Michael. Hi, Don.
Hello. Hi, Alex.
You know, when it comes to, I'm a traditionalist. I love all the old rules. I will say this. This is a transition time. I think there's some things that will make us cringe. But I can say this, that with Rob Manfred and Tony Petitti at the top, our game is in tremendous hands. And I think, Tony's a guy that is innovative. And I think this is one of the things that we got to give it a shot. We got to give it a shot.
I guess what I take exception, Alex, to the whole length of it. I think the pace of it. I mean, you wore number 13 because you were a Dan Marino fan. You like football. You like basketball. You like other sports. And if it's April and the Yankees are on, but there's a big basketball game going on, or there's something, I don't want that fan to then flip over to check something else out because they know there's going to be a non-event for 30, 40 seconds, and the rare wild pitch or swing out of the strike zone to me is not enough to keep that fan engaged. Why give them a chance to flip the dial?
Yeah, look, I mean, again, one of the things the NBA and NFL has done so well, they have not, been married to the past. And I think that's a tricky thing for us because, our game is all about the past and the history, and
right.
That's why I feel we have the greatest game in the world. However, I think moving this thing forward, I think one of the things Rob Manfred and Petitti are thinking about is not the last 20 years. They're thinking about the next 20 years. And we have to find a way to draw more eyeballs to baseball. And I think we have a unique opportunity today to get a nice market share of the youngsters. And I would just trust the commissioner.
Alex Rodriguez, a Yankees special instructor, is talking to us live from Tampa. Alex, I was thinking about this driving home yesterday that you probably have not played baseball in spring training, or at least been preparing, since you were 8 or 9. How weird is it that, even when you had to sit out the year, I'm sure that you were getting ready for the next year. How weird is it to not have to get ready?
It's very strange. I was telling someone that, this will be the first time in about 30 years that I have an opportunity to take a summer vacation, and I'm going to take advantage of that with my daughters. I've been a creature of habit ever since I was basically 3 years old playing baseball, just like my father taught me. And, I'm surprisingly at peace with everything, Michael, and I couldn't be happier to be spending more time with my girls, spending some time in the office, and now I'm privileged to that Hal Steinbrenner let me be around some of our young players.
And while you're around those young players, Alex, have you noticed what the difference is between coming up in Major League Baseball in 2017 as opposed to when you came up in '94?
Was a different game. I often just say that, I'm glad I'm not a rookie in 2017. There's so many more distractions, and I didn't need any more distractions. I got myself in enough trouble. It'll be scary what kind of trouble I can get in today. But, we sat down today with about 15 or 20 of our young prospects, Zillow and myself, and kind of went through some of the challenges of playing in New York. And in New York, we appraise players differently. We want them to play well. We want them to have 5 tools. But we also need them to handle the media, because that's an enormous part of playing in New York. And we appraise players, differently than other organizations.
I'm intrigued, Alex, because there's so much you can offer in this role. And today, Jason Zillow, the head of PR for the Yankees, and you sat down with players. But will you also deal with a guy who, you see something that you think you can improve with his swing, or, Gleyber Torres playing shortstop, the way he's positioning himself? Will you be hands-on that way, or are you going to back off and let the coaching staff do that?
I will back off and let the coaching staff do that, Michael. Look, we can talk about a lot of things, and we can break the game down to the smallest kind of species, but I think where I bring the most value, and I said this at the presser yesterday, is tomorrow we're having what I'm hoping is going to be a 3-hour Whopper dinner here in Tampa, and I'm bringing about 12 or 13 guys. And I want them to feel comfortable asking me anything, and I really want to kind of lean into some of the mistakes that I made, why I thought I made them, what I learned from them. And for me, I learned my biggest lessons with my great mistakes. more so than the home runs and the doubles and all that stuff. So I'm excited. The other thing is, Michael, I think when you have these young players, we want them to say, cut down on strikeouts, or we want them to cut down on errors. We have to practice patience. We have to stick with our plan. To me, our success is going to be based on 35 and 600. We need our young pitchers to get 35 starts. We need our hitters to get 600 at-bats, because by November 1st, we need to know what the assets are and what the liabilities are.
Alex, you knew how to manage expectations. Gary Sanchez is going to have a ton of them, 20 home runs in 53 games last year. How do you think this kid's head is to be able to handle those expectations, especially in New York?
Yeah, I think Gary has a perfect, makeup for New York. I said he was kind of like a hybrid between Manny Ramirez and Big Papi or something, because he has a flair for the dramatic, but he's got a very, very slow heartbeat, and he's extremely confident. And that's rare for a pitcher, for a player that age. The other thing is, Don, is that when you have a young player, we have a great young shortstop in George Mateo who has tremendous upside. And what we have to do is we have to build a curriculum for him and then judge him on that curriculum and stick with it. So my focus with him would be, I'm going to judge you on you being on time, on your meticulous work ethic, and your great defense. If you do those things, you're going to hit second for the entire year, and you're going to get 600 at-bats. But we're going to shift. We're going to do a paradigm shift in how we judge you. And a lot of these kids, all they want to talk about is offense, right? So you have to shift it and create a system that they can be win-win, and the organization can win.
You've been around this game so long, Alex, since a teenager, and can you look in a kid's eyes and say there's something special here? Because the Yankees, according to what metric you're going by, have the first or second best farm system in all of baseball. Is there something in these guys' eyes that you could see that they are going to be special?
Look, Mike, I've been around the big leagues almost 25 years, and you innately start getting a feeling. And, many times I've seen a guy walk in, jeans or a suit or sweats, and I know if this guy's going to stick around for 5 days, 10 years, or 20 years. And it's pretty scary sometimes, but you see it in the eyes. Michael, I know you see it too. You see it in the swagger. Some people just look like ball players. We had a kid get up this morning in Duhar, and he was in his jeans, and he was basically giving a little talk to our team, and he's probably 20 years old. And I said, boy, is this guy going to be special. He's in jeans. And that's just my appraisal on the kid, and let's see what happens. For the Yankees' sake, I hope he is very special.
Alex, have you thought at all on where you're going to fit in baseball moving forward?
Not really, Don. Honestly, I feel so privileged and blessed. I'm so thankful to Hal Steinbrenner. He gave me an opportunity to get my life back in order. And, me spending time with the kids is something that I just relish. And tomorrow we're going to have a whopper of a dinner, and we're going to have some great talks. And, for us, I'm most interested in what happens in the wintertime. What happens between games? What is your preparation like? Because ultimately, we know these kids are talented. We have to help them build a routine that's going to help them get tremendous results in the long run.
Now, what you told the media yesterday, you're done playing, 0% chance, a couple of teams had contacted you, but I didn't see this question being asked, so I want to ask it. Can you still play?
Michael, any guy that's in my position thinks he can still play. You can ask me that question in 10 years. I can tell you, yeah, sure, of course I can play. But you know what? There's nothing more important for me than being a New York Yankee, being part of this organization, and having an opportunity to end it with all the crazy behavior that I had in my career and all the ups and downs, to have that opportunity to end with my mother and my two daughters and in front of our Yankee fans. It's a night that I'll never forget.
All right, now, honestly, will 696 gnaw at you that you didn't get the 700, which you obviously could have?
No. It's funny, Michael. When I went from shortstop to third base, I was one home run short, I think, of Cal Ripken to be the all-time in home runs. And I never thought about it once, Michael. I'm thinking about what's next, and what's next for me, I hope, is I get another ring with the New York Yankees in another capacity by helping out these young players. And look, we're done. We're old. Get over it. Like 2017 is an amazing opportunity. And let me say this. It is an important year in Yankee history because we get a free look at these guys this year, and we have to stick with them. We have to watch them. And then 17 forward, 18 forward, I guess, we're going to be in a great position to get back to the top.
Now, Alex, did you ever think at all, I mean, because I know the connection with the Yankees is important to you, did you think about playing for the WBC team this year?
Michael, not once. I have so much stuff going on, Michael, my head is spinning. My daughters are saying, Dad, no more work for you, no more work. So I'm at volleyball practice, I'm at swimming practice. I'm hiding behind trees. Natasha gets nervous when I go watch her volleyball, so I have to stand like 3 football fields away. I bought binoculars. That's how I watch my daughter play.
Do you think you can manage? Do you have the skill set right now to manage a baseball game?
I think so, Don, but that's something that I never say never. And Michael, you've been around me for a long time. I think I've told you that from day one. I would never want to manage, Don. I have so many other interests in my life that I want to pursue, and that's not one of them.
You know what? I know your time is limited. I saw a chart in the Post today, and knowing you've probably read it already, but as the Yankees special advisor, you are the highest paid coach or manager in all of major sports. You make $10 million more this year than Greg Popovich. That's pretty nice.
Like I said, Michael, I'm very blessed, and like I said, I'm very thankful.
Are you picking up the dinner tonight? Is that on Alex Rodriguez's tab?
Well, absolutely. That's on me. That's on me.
Your television work has been terrific. Will I see you standing next to Michael before a baseball game on
question.
Yes?
Oh, wow. That's a great question, Don. It would be a privilege to work next to Mike, okay?
Wow.
Maybe we can make that happen one day. And, of course, Flip is my good friend, so you never know.
You know what? Don and I wouldn't have brought it up. Blame Andrew Marchand. He's the one who put it in the story. I never thought that was going to happen. But
right,
if it does, I'll have a great time with you.
Yeah. You can have that old Lou Piniella schedule where you just worked games in Tampa.
Alex, thanks for popping on. I will see you tomorrow, and I'll shake your hand, and thank you for coming on.
All right. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Don.